Officially, summer begins today.
That's right.
How y'all feel about that?
I have mixed feelings, really.
Right.
You know, one side saying, you know, a summer, that mean the beach.
Oh.
Ropes, look a sun. But they're like, skinnier, because sometimes I help myself, I wonder what I want. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be really hot this summer.
One of the most confusing things is like, that you're going to lose track of time even more, because you go so boops and you see all new, 7 o'clock or and place all bright, seeing when you say, what on there? All the people who live all Canada and them places there. Yo! Shout out Bridget yesterday, like, after 10 hour time.
Yeah.
Hey, man, like after 3, which was in the. I must say, I'm just come off for work, man. You know the thing? I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So that summer solstice thing.
Yeah. Today is supposed to be the longest day and the shortest night of the year.
Let's see.
In the northern hemisphere.
Let's
see that.
So the summer solstice is
Mm-hmm.
definitely on. And we'll see how it goes. It looks like it's going to be a long, hot summer anyway you take it.
But I think it's going to be a vibe as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're feeling that?
Yeah.
Who now friend of pool, you know?
And
then trouble, you know. Full up the bathtub there.
Not like a beach water still.
Oh, they just look on the calendar. And I remind himself of the bookings we have.
Right?
That's right. Nothing wrong with that.
It is obvious that summer means different things to different people.
Yeah.
Exactly. True.
British and the one Richie B.
Anyhow, we all say good morning to all of you here in Jamaica and around the world. Welcome to Up and Go. All the way till 10 o'clock this morning right here on 99 on the FM band. The summer has officially started. Today, the 21st of June. Let's welcome the summer. Right now we're heading off into the feature.
WTF? What the facts? Alright, so the Apollo 11 crew, yes, those folks that went to space, they used hundreds of autographs as life insurance. Now, Neil Armstrong and the Apollo 11 crew faced the real chance that they wouldn't return from the moon safely, leaving their families without financial support. So due to the extreme danger that they were about to face, they couldn't take out life insurance policies. So instead, they signed hundreds of autographs, which their families would have been able to sell if they didn't make it home. Luckily, those life insurance autographs weren't needed. They do, however, show up in space memorabilia auctions today, selling for as much as $30,000. I'm going to assume that's US dollars too.
Yeah. That is a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, but that's isn't that kind of unfortunate though? But you think about it, they're about to do something monumental for their country, and they couldn't get any. Like nobody was looking to give them any coverage.
It was too risky.
Yeah,
yeah. Nobody was prepared to take on that risk at the time.
Yeah, but
they kind of circumvented it, and maybe their families are still benefiting.
So who knows? Yeah.
So they just signed their autographs and
hundreds. Can you imagine that? Yeah. Imagine that. Hundreds of autographs.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, man, they're smart. Trust me. So that's a fact. The Apollo 11 crew used hundreds of autographs as life insurance, just in case they didn't return. Their families could actually sell them and earn some serious money from them.
Enough respect.
Yeah. Good morning, Bridge Nation. Welcome to Update. A few stories that we want to share with you this morning.
All right, so Richie, you don't know, the diva of all divas has dropped a new song from her upcoming album Renaissance. Beyonce dropped her song Break My Soul, and how she did it, she just put it on her Instagram. Beyonce not follow nobody, you know. She never have up no picture. She just put the song going to drop at Monday midnight, and that's it. Break My Soul. I heard it this morning. It sounds alright. I don't know if it's a big banger, but it's okay. It will have a buzz eventually. But she released that she will be having her album coming up July 29. I believe this is her 6th album since her last project Lemonade, and we know what inspired Lemonade, or allegedly inspired Lemonade, where she and her husband rumored he cheated on her and so on, and it was a really good album. So I'm wondering what inspired the Renaissance, and I'm hoping to see the visuals for the Renaissance. I love Beyonce visuals, so let's see what happens happens. But so far, Break My Soul, it's not bad. It's getting great reviews. But I'm wondering if it's because the beehives are a little bit
bored. But listen,
bored.
So what? Is a dance anthem?
Yeah, so it's more a dance vibe. So you're gonna see it on TikTok.
So Drake was right.
You know, when I heard it, Shells, it had the same vibe as Drake.
Drake know him there then. See there? Clarification.
I would tell Drake what Beyonce did that though.
I mean,
word gets around.
Yeah.
Once you're up there, once you're up there, you must hear say B, I go drop something.
And must say I'm gonna do it first. But let's see what happens with Renaissance.
I think it'll do well. Beehive will ensure it does well.
Yeah.
But something that has been in the streets. This is not a news story, but the discussion continues. You know, where we see our legends in sports looking to, go into other ventures and demanding respect. You know what I mean? As they go into other ventures. I'm talking about Chris Gayle says that, listen, he and Usain Bolt should be appreciated for their music. Now, Universe boss Chris Gayle has reiterated his call for Jamaican music lovers and members of the dancehall fraternity to embrace him and his compatriot Usain Bolt and show some respect for their musical endeavors. The music needs people like Usain Bolt and myself. We're taking your music to different parts of the world. They should appreciate that and they should love that. So they need to accept that and put some respect on our name. Simple as that. Put some respect on our name. Usain Bolt, Chris Gayle, put some respect on our name and give us our credit when where it's due. He declared this. Now, he was asked during that same interview that, are you getting that respect? And he said, not yet. But he went on to say, big up Usain and the Usain Bolt legend and NJ as well. They're doing their music thing, content sound good. Usain doing his producing and it's fantastic as well. So I think, listen, this is an interesting thing. I'm not saying that they're doing bad music. It's going to take some time, just like any artist. I don't think they should just expect because they have the legendary status doing what they did.
You're legendary.
They have to go work. Yeah.
You have to work.
And they're accustomed to hard work, so I think they should just bring that, and I think it would do well.
And that's not how respect work when it comes to the music industry. And sometimes, and I'm just being honest, this is just my view. You have the money to do it, and that is fine, but that doesn't mean that you have to do it. You can help those who are truly talented and need to get to
or do it while helping others.
Right.
I think that's something that Usain is doing. I think that's what Usain is doing.
I appreciate
producing.
Usain for that because he does that. Him drop a rhythm and have all the artists on it and it just go a road. So that is something to consider too. But respect, you have to earn it. So
from you love the music and still just do your thing and learn to be students. I think both of them, as great as they are in their respective careers as athletes, in the music game right now, most of them have a lot to learn and just take it from there.
A lot of people are of the view that if they bring the level of professionalism that they would have displayed in their sporting careers to the music business,
can't stop
it could be of benefit to them and also to the industry itself.
Exactly.
Facts.
Yeah, so good luck. Chris Gayle has been talking quite a bit. He also has been saying that there are points where he people stick him up for
he did share that. Yeah, he was saying that the music now play unless.
That's true.
But he made a good point though. He can help the music go to certain places because where Chris Gayle is popular, some places in India and thing. Trust me. So so he has a point there. But they'll put in the work,
with minimal effort and not even a whole lot of talent, they can achieve a whole lot with their names.
Trust me.
So, remember that Usain Bolt shot to the top of the iTunes chart when he came out with his album.
Exactly. So you never know.
Chris is mindful of that.
Yeah, man. Just put in the work.
All right. Sizzler, there's a story here. Sizzler affiliate Culture shot and killed at the Singer's Judgment Yard in August Town. The story says a man was found shot to death at Sizzler's Judgment Yard. He has been identified as a singer named Culture. And the Jamaica Constabulary Force is investigating the circumstances of the death of this man who is believed to have been a bodyguard of the legendary singer and also an artist himself named Culture. He was reportedly shot dead at Judgment Yard in August Town sometime on Sunday night. Wow. And the latest that we have, I think, is that Sizzler has had a conversation with the police, although he's not being treated in any way in a suspicious kind of way, because reports have also emerged that this happened whilst he was at a Father's Day event elsewhere.
Okay.
So we're not too certain of the circumstances that led to that. But of course, the police are doing their job, and as time progresses, we'll get more information coming out.
That's right.
It's sad in the way you take it, and condolences to the family of Culture, who no doubt mourn even this morning. Those are the stories inside of Update. Right now, it's time for
Proverb of the day.
Take it away.
So we go straight into it. The older the moon, the brighter the shine.
Long time to hear that.
What?
The older the moon, the brighter the shine. What? Why are you laughing, Michelle?
I don't know.
What it means?
Yeah.
Age brings wisdom. Can mean something else, you know, but we're gonna stick with the age.
That's what I said.
Age brings wisdom. So the older the moon, the brighter the shine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
So,
true. That's true.
As you get older, you'll shine brighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
Supposed to. It's all about mentality, I suppose. I don't know. You know.
I just, sometimes I walk right into those
Yeah, but
things
that's
here
what
and up and go. I kid you not.
Early morning.
But yeah, so that's our proverb of the day.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So we're gonna head into pet peeve. Pet peeves are things that others do that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. So here is our pet peeve.
So the thing that annoys me the most is people that gossip about other people behind them back and not being man enough to come to their face.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, so gossip behind people back. Well, that's how gossip works. It have to be behind
Exactly,
them back.
because it's not like you can gossip in front of them.
You just tell them. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Is it a pet peeve? Well,
can
it's
be,
their pet
yeah.
peeve. Listen, I respect everybody that
can be a
sends
pet
their
peeve.
voice note and share that it is their pet
Yeah,
peeve,
yeah, I
that this
can-
is something that annoys them or upset them.
Yeah.
I can see, if you...
if you see the thing is, it's all about perspective, Because
True.
if you never chat, then it's gonna be your pet peeve. But if somebody come to you with the sauce, what are the chances of you embrace the gossip? It's very high in the Jamaican culture.
Yeah, but it all depends who is bringing the sauce. Because sometimes there are persons I'm like, nah.
So it's come from all directions.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from you.
All right, that's not
yeah,
true. That's not true. If
You have
it's a-
some people I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, man. But if
It's
it's
okay.
a good storyteller or trusted and them things,
Yeah,
you
yeah. Be
gotta
like,
embrace the sauce.
alright, what?
Hey, me
And
take-
that's one?
Have a seat.
Yes,
Me ear
wait a
will
second.
go on, bro.
Draw the long bench.
Yeah, big up the neighbor them or
Lap front.
go them neighbor yard early Sunday morning just for
Right? Earlier.
sit up on veranda and
They
them
come
thing
for
there.
talk to you about something.
We see where Miss
Start them just a start.
Sharon up the road, she. So,
Oh yes, it can be a pet peeve.
so it can definitely be a pet
If I you
peeve.
them a chat.
Yes. So if you name me night, Osh, I'm very sorry about that.
That's all you go.
Thank you so much for sharing your
Yeah.
pet peeve with us this morning.
Good morning, Dr. Campbell. How are you doing today?
All right, good morning. Good morning to your listeners as well. Your co-host. I'm doing well. How are you?
Greetings, Dr. Campbell.
We're doing well here, and thank you for joining us. So obviously there's disagreement, Dr. Campbell, between yourselves at the PNP and the government in relation to this $10,000 denomination. Sorry, donation. What is your perspective on the issue? Where do you stand on the issue?
All right, so just to give some context to your listeners.
Yes.
When the war started in Ukraine, the students had difficulty getting out. And so first, the leader reached out to some of the students, and I think there was only one train that was available, and he wired some money to them so they could get on the train to get out. Then after that, there was a donation of 10,000 US that was sent through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, because we wanted it to be official, and that should have gone to assist the students with coming home. Now, when that donation was sent, the state minister in that ministry, Mr. Leslie Campbell, agreed with the leader of opposition that he would follow his instructions with how those funds are supposed to be spent. When we started getting complaints from the students that they haven't heard anything about the donation, and we checked, we realized that what the ministry had done was to reimburse themselves from the donation. And then they said it was exhausted. We complained bitterly because that was not the aim of it, not to give the government funds so they can reimburse themselves. The government has a responsibility to get the students home. And if some other citizen or the opposition is stepping in to assist in that process. It's certainly not for the government to then reimburse themselves from that donation. So based on our protest, they decided yesterday that they're going to reimburse the funds, and we are going to use those funds to give grants to the students. So they are going to end up where we intended them to be in the first place, which is with the students, their educational activities.
Mm-hmm. Let us get some more information on you on how, when you say they were planning to reimburse themselves, how did you come to that conclusion?
Based on what they said. When we checked, we were told that there were no funds in the account and that the government had used it to reimburse themselves. And that's why we complained, because it's grossly inappropriate. Because that was never the intent of the donation. The government cannot continue to do what they're doing and operate with impunity, So you have students in a war-torn country that the government of Jamaica offers a loan to bring home. These are students. The basis of a loan is that you have to pay it back at a later date. Students who are not gainfully employed are not likely to be able to repay a loan. Additionally, let us understand the circumstances. This is war, where bombs are being dropped and civilians are being killed. And you're trying to get your students home and the government offers them a loan. Now, the same minister and ministry that offered the students a loan is currently using the government of Jamaica funds to campaign for an office as Secretary General, which is a personal benefit. There's no direct benefit to the citizens of Jamaica from that campaign. We just seen in international media that a marketing firm was employed for 99,000 US to support their campaign. This is ridiculous. And then the students are here. They're having difficulties being placed back into a university. Some of them are trying to regain their certificates and all sort of different things so that they can apply elsewhere, so they can complete their studies. And they're complaining that this donation that has been made, we haven't heard anything about it. When we checked, only to be told that the government reimbursed themselves for whatever they had expended to bring the students home. And we don't think that is appropriate at all.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification, Dr. Campbell. Now, Shell's here again.
Yes.
So I'm curious, I try to keep myself listening to the streets at all times, Dr. Campbell. And one thing I'm hearing is that people are wondering, if this press release by the PM office was it necessary, or was it just something political? What do you think about that?
It is political. That is how they operate. So they come to put the press release and they try to get ahead of it, because I suspect that it is becoming an embarrassing situation and they didn't want us to possibly go public with it first. So what they try to do is to come first to say they're reimbursing it, to sort of muddy the water, which is their general approach, is to major misinformation and disinformation to try and confuse issues in the country. The real issue, and if you look at the paper trail that is there, is that the instruction was that the agreement with the state minister was that they would disperse these funds based on the instructions of the leader of opposition, which is where the donation is coming from. And that a follow-up to them stating that the students are asking, and we're checking out what the state of affairs is, and that we were told that they have reimbursed themselves from it, and that we complain bitterly about that.
What were the instructions, though, as to how these funds were used, and were any of them used for those based on those instructions?
Well, essentially, it was really to assist them with whatever expenses that they would have had. As I said, he made a personal bank transfer to them to get the tickets to the train, just to get them out of the harm's way. Then the donation was being used for whatever other expenses that they would have had. Right? Now, the government, if you recall, that when the leader of opposition made his donation, that the Prime Minister suddenly came a day after to suggest that he had also made a donation, but someone had forgotten to tell us. This is from a government that publishes everything, right? So eventually, the students were brought home. They then are saying that the expenses that they incur to bring the students home, that they're reimbursing the ministry from the $10,000 donation. That can't be. And these are students who are in need, whose education has been disrupted and who now need some form of assistance to continue their studies.
So you're saying that, to the best of your knowledge, none of those funds, that $10,000 donated by your party, of course, I had spoken to Mr. Mark Golding at the time, and he spoke to me on air about the donation. You're saying that, to the best of your knowledge, none of those funds were used for the purposes that you had intended them to be used for.
They weren't, because remember now, that the government having been put on the back foot by the fact that the opposition leaders stepped up to make the contribution, then told the country that they were putting the arrangements in place to bring the students back. So that if the government, our tax-paying dollars, had brought the students back home, then we would expect now that they would allow us to give the instructions for the donation that we have made, because the government has already taken care of the expenses. So the two things that they're saying can't be true. It cannot be that the government took care of the expenses to bring the students home, and at the same time that it was the $10,000 that contributed to the expenses. Those two things cannot be true.
It seems like a lot of shenanigans going on, if you ask me. But Dr. Campbell, in all seriousness, don't you think that there could be the possibility of egg on the face of both the government, if you say they reimburse themselves first, and also on the opposition, in a land where the Miss a Techie back mentality is not something that people actually like or embrace? You don't think that this will leave? No, sorry?
No, we're not taking it back, though.
Okay.
What we're saying is that the funds that they have reimbursed will be given to the students in the form of grants. So the funds are going to the students, which is where they were intended to go in the first place. So all that we're doing is to ensure that the students actually benefit from the funds, that it gets to the students, not to the government for them to reimburse themselves, but that the funds that they have that they've reimbursed us, we will give it directly to the students.
I've heard you chuckle 3 times in this conversation.
Because it's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable.
It really is. I think there's a way that this can all be worked out. But what you're saying is, if you get those funds back, then Dayton, you're going to ensure that the public is aware of how it's being spent. That's you'll go public with that.
Yes, we will. Okay. To ensure that the students benefit. Yeah. It is not our intention to have those funds, Those funds are raised for the students, and all we're trying to do is to ensure that they go to the intended purpose, which is to go to the students, and that is what we're going to do.
So if there's a mischief maker out there thinking that it's going to go towards any political campaign or anything like that, that is not the intention.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Right.
We think that, as a matter of fact, let me use this opportunity to also encourage other Jamaicans who are well-intended to come forward and add to that contribution, because these students need to be able to continue their educational journey. Education is a vaccine against poverty, It is the only thing that causes persons like myself to be able to have some form of redemption against this societal ills that have been stacked against us. It's the only thing that's caused us to advance in life. And those students are not going to advance if their education is disrupted. So what we're trying to do is to ensure that with the disruption, we can assist them in at least completing their studies.
Finally, before you go, on a different subject, the conference is coming up. Are you going back for GenSec?
The post of GenSec is not one that comes up for re-election each year. Because of your duties, there's some amount of security of tenure of the post of GenSec, because you have to be able to make your decisions without worrying about appeasing individuals because they're going to vote against you.
So you another you're looking at another year without any disruption?
To the post of General Secretary?
Yes, GenSec, as GenSec in your instance.
No, the GenSec is only removed from office in one of 2 ways. From resignation or motion of no confidence.
Okay.
But there isn't an election.
Okay.
There's not a 1 or a 2 year cycle. There isn't an election that comes up.
All right. When does the conference happen, actually?
Our conference is in September.
September. All right. And planning is going on well for that?
Yes, we've started our planning process. We're excited about it. It's the first time we'll be able to have a conference since COVID in our normal, traditional way.
Yes.
And we hope that this year will be a good one. We've been having the divisional conferences that have been generating very good soil and vibes on the ground, and we hope that that will continue through to September.
All right. Dr. Dayton Campbell, thank you as always, and have a good day.
Blessings continually.
All right. Take care. Let's go on now to our secret sound game. Lots and lots of callers are coming through. 876-676-4996. Give us a call if you can identify this secret sound. What sound is that? Tell us and win
Me basket.
You hear that?
Yes, sir.
Let's take our first call on 876-676-4996. Good morning. You're on the air. This is Up and Go. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Who's calling?
Angela from St. Catherine.
I should have known. Hi, Angela.
Trying again.
Always
No
nice
problem.
to hear from you. I hope this morning is your lucky morning. I haven't heard a female scream at the fact that she has just won on the Secret Sound game
True that.
in a long time.
True that.
What did you think I was coming with? Angela, let's go with your answer.
Okay, I missed it yesterday, but I'm hoping this is the right answer.
Okay.
That it, because the clue with the stick was hard. So I think it's the stick, like that metal stick that you use when you open up the back of a big truck, a big haul truck, and open the door. So you open it, it unlatches, and then you open the door.
Yeah. She has refined her answer
I'm seeing
a
it.
little bit more.
I'm seeing it.
This time it's actually a metal object that you're using to pull the
Like the back of
Opening
a
the back of, I think you call
yeah.
it a van.
Yeah.
Right? So opening the back of a big haul truck.
All right, let's see if
Stinking.
this is reason for her
Stinking.
to scream.
quack, quack, quack.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Sorry. Thanks for trying, Angela. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Try again, please. 876-676-4996. Can you identify this secret sound? What sound is that? Don't be afraid to try. Even if your colleagues and friends will laugh, don't be afraid to try. You notice we haven't heard from a certain brethren in a while.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
Such man wagwan. Anyway, let's go on to our next caller. Hello.
Good morning, boss.
Yo!
No.
Man,
I just mentioned that we hadn't heard from such man in a while. And we were wondering aloud whether or not it's because sometimes his colleagues laugh at his answers. But you're not such man in this case, right, Dennis?
any man named such man.
Then a man can name such man. All right. All right, so you heard the sound. What sound is it, boss?
Richie, you said the remote gate, like a remote gate, your remote gate when you pull a remote gate.
Remember Sir Murphy, listen. Go.
I'm not with Murphy. Murphy good man.
Yeah. Go on, talk.
Like the remote, when you pull a remote gate, Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's so when you pull the remote gate, that's so when it open and when it close back.
We're getting we're looking for the verdict. This is Dennis, Mr. Have No Fear.
No fear
Not
at
fearful.
all.
Not fearful to give his answer this morning. Remote for
It's an automatic gate.
automatic
Yeah,
gate.
man.
All right.
You're sticking with that?
Nah, shit.
But
Here's the verdict.
quack, quack, quack.
Yeah,
man.
Hold that, Dennis. Give thanks here. Take care. My God, this one is really baffling a lot of people. Let's hear it one more time. And this is the sound that we're asking you to identify.
Yeah. And please.
We ask nothing more of you than just to tell us exactly what sound that is.
Yes, and please remember the clue. It has something to do with a stick. All right. I don't know what then it's an open theme automatic gate with. It's a other guy use a stick open. But now them things, what I do?
The clock on the wall says we're out of time for the Secret Sound game. It's 7:35 a.m. This platform we're talking about, Shells, the ngl.link.
Yeah, this anonymous thing on Instagram where people strangers can send you messages and you have no idea where they're coming from. I've seen that there's a big issue right now, especially with women, you know, and the real debate that I'm having and question I want to put out for the ladies out there is why put yourself in that situation in the first place. I'm not a fan of anonymous questions coming my way. Like, you don't know where the question's coming from. It's a platform for predators and creeps.
Right.
And you know, I go for women on social media already. It's already rough enough phone in on the DMs. So putting yourself in a position where anyone can ask you anything. You don't know where you're coming from. You have to expect creeps. So what I'm seeing now, right now, it's a weird dynamic. So like, if it's a Saturday, them put up themselves, question, ask me any question. See, by Monday, them I post all of the creepy messages like, oh, you guys are creeps, leave me alone. But you come on, ladies.
You signed up, and you they can't be blocked. These
no,
persons
you can't because you don't know where they're coming from. So the onus is on you, the person who decided to put up the link. So that's what I saw it, you know.
That could be a lifetime of
come on, man, and you can get scarred.
Anger. Jody feels strongly about it as
man.
well.
Come in, Jojo.
We're
speak.
talking about ngl.link.
This anonymous questionnaire thing on Instagram.
So
yes, Jojo, speak for the ladies, guys. You know.
All right. So I think I understand where you're coming from, but it's unfair.
Yeah.
What men can enjoy. Oh, ask me this question anonymously. Fine. Women doing it because we want to, we have friends and we have our followers that we want to ask us questions and
engage,
we interact with and engage. It's not our fault men are creepy.
No, that's what I'm saying, Jojo. I'm not saying it's phone fault, you know. But what I'm saying is, when you see the creepy stuff coming in, come out and be like you're like oh, I'm a victim. You understand what I said? Don't do that because it's like it's coming. You know it's coming. Like you just say it.
You always know it's coming, Shells, and you'll be surprised how. I'm often surprised how creepy men can be. I'm always so surprised when I open my inbox. I'm like, oh my.
It's rough. It's already rough.
Worse and worse every time.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving any excuse to any because any opportunity they get to make a woman feel uncomfortable, they will. And I always say name and shame all the time. And if you don't know them names, still post it.
Post it same way. All right, so I get it. Yeah, I get it. Oh, so I guess that's the mindset behind posting it afterwards.
So people can see, and to be cautious. So once they see that, you say, move from your say.
But you know,
kind of vibe there.
Yeah, this before we go connect with Red. What you feel about the ladies who after them post go through the creepy stuff but post up another link again for do it again? That's my problem.
No, but the thing
is,
and social media is about making money and having connections. So you're gonna do what you have to do to interact with the people you want and to grow your.
So you do it. So you live with it.
You know what's interesting though? It doesn't have to be a man that's being creepy to them either.
No.
That's the worst thing. Just stay far from it because as you're right, you think men would like that. I don't like it.
No.
That anonymous thing, even if it's a woman that says she want to do this and do that.
Yeah.
Nah.
How popular is ngl.link?
It's getting very popular because the controversy behind it and the slackness behind it, and because you don't know where it's coming from, it's gaining traction.
So we're live.
I guess some ladies are saying no pain, no gain.
I wonder if Red know where I talk about. Say Red must know.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Any second now, we should be hearing Red from Flow 98.7. Let's make it happen. Good morning, Red. Hey.
Morning.
I was listening to your conversation, eavesdropping.
No problem.
That's cool.
That's a problem.
So we're looking at the whole matter of ladies signing up on this platform, ngl.link.
Yeah.
And then they can't tell where the messages are coming from. But they seem to be complaining quite a bit about the fact that creepy messages are creeping in.
What do you mean? So, NGL.link, somebody's in jail? Is that what's happening?
No, NGL. That's the name of the link. I don't know if you've seen it. You haven't seen it, Red, on people's
Everyone's
Instagrams.
had a baby daddy in jail. Not me, my friend.
No, but Red, you haven't you seen it where people just post this link to their stories and anyone can just go to the link and anonymously
Listen
send
to
questions.
me, baby. I don't hit no link.
Thank you.
I don't do none of that because next thing you know, they're in your bank account. They're mirroring your phone. First of all, I don't even have time to check out a link.
Yes, well that's the new rage and craze right now, and it's causing quite a fuss.
Okay, so how does it go? You hit a link and then what happens?
So what happens is that you go to the platform, you copy the link, you post it to your Instagram story, you just tell all your followers you can anonymously send me a question. I won't know where it's coming from, so I guess that's the appeal. But what's happening is giving room for creeps and predators and all sorts of stuff to
Right.
descending in all sorts of things. So what I'm seeing happening is that a lot of women, because obviously the social media space is already weird enough for women as is. It's a creepy spot, and I feel it for
Right.
you guys. But like,
It's like Red's DMs.
Can you stop it? Yeah. My DMs shut down. Has that happened to you guys? I get
No.
too many messages. I can't even go in my DM for
Wow.
like days now, and because I have to erase them. But okay, go on.
yeah. So what happens is, what I'm seeing happening is that if they post the link on Saturday, they
Right.
post the link on Saturday, by Monday you're seeing them post like, oh, these people are so creeps, and then posting all of the stuff that they're seeing being sent to them, and then probably a few days after that they're back on the link, sending the link again, like let's do it again.
Wow.
So that's my problem.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
You know what it is? And Richie, you could probably attest to this as well. They say that the new generation is a narcissistic generation.
I will have to agree.
And they say too that, I say everybody wants to be a star.com. So it's kind of crazy. Everyone's like thirsty for this attention, and then they don't like it.
There's no repercussions either.
Yeah.
You can say anything online.
And that too.
that's,
Sometimes it's more than they can handle.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to be careful.
But then they go
and-
back as what.
Yeah, that's the problem. I have no problem that they're accusing or them a cuss and they're highlighting these creeps. But the mere fact that days later you're reposting the link and they're like, let's go again, as if the creep's not going to show up once more. So
Yeah, they will show up.
Sounds like a link that you want to avoid.
I was about to
I'm not a
say.
fan of it.
if you're not prepared to
Yeah, if you don't like
deal with the repercussions
Yeah.
that can come with it,
You can't stop the creeps.
today is the first day of summer.
Right,
What is
speaking of
Toronto
heat.
looking like or feeling like?
32 degrees.
wow.
Not too shabby today.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. So there's an extreme heat alert for the GTA. Even though it's 32, it will feel a lot hotter. And you know the vibe. Like if you've been to Miami or New York, Toronto, the whole East Coast, we get that heat that comes from Jamaica and then some, right?
It's that humidity that just ruins it for us. Like you guys
Yeah.
got that nice island heat,
With the breeze.
The breeze. We just have that city gross heat.
Yeah. I'll take it. It's better than minus 30.
This is true.
Yeah. Today is speaking of narcissism. Today is National Selfie Day.
Yeah.
It is in Canada and the U.S. So.
You guys don't strike me as selfie stick kind of guys.
Look at Richie's face.
As for me,
Look at Richie's face. The eyes.
Back in the day. Back in the
Richie.
day.
no, that's
you got
not
some
me.
selfies.
That's not me at all. I have maybe one or two I can find, but not much more than that.
The worst thing. Oh, so today's gonna feel like 40 degrees, so even
really?
hotter. Look at
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah. So extreme heat alert, and there's times where people leave their child in the car or their pets, and literally you'll get charged for it because your animals and children can die.
Yeah.
And this happens, where it's just carelessness with the dogs, but then with babies, what happens is, maybe the husband takes the child to daycare. And, you're thinking about the meeting and you're not used to it. So some cars, my car has an alert that, check your rear and, rear seat. Oops.
Did you leave your baby?
Yeah. So, just a reminder, we wouldn't be good people if we didn't put it out there, right?
Absolutely.
For real.
That's how we get to the end
Do
of
it?
the
That's how
segment.
we do it?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
What are you guys going to have for lunch?
Lunch today?
Yes, please tell us.
Wow. Right.
Oh, I think I'm
I
gonna
want
have
some
some
Jamaican
fish.
food.
I think I'm gonna have some fish. Yeah, I think I'm doing getting some steamers
Wow. I'm not even thinking
and
that far.
Irish potato and some okra with the steamers and carrots and all that.
Where y'all go, Richie?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Where would y'all go?
I might make a little
But
something.
yes.
I went down to
yes,
Kensington
we'll never
Market.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. No, I might do something too. I got some okra and I got some pumpkin and some chocho. What does Red know about that?
Yo!
I grew up with my grandmother in Barbados, so I spent a lot of time. But yeah, there's nothing like ground provisions and just like some clean food to give you that clean feel.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Enjoy.
balance it out.
Enjoy
with the
your lunch.
champagne.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your program. It was good being with you
Thank
today, as
you.
always.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Respect.
you.
Big
Respect,
ups every
guys.
time. Big ups, T.O.
Yes.
Thank you.
Take care. See you again soon, later this week, right? Right now, we have a guest who is somewhere in a far and distant place. This morning, we have Mike, who is the lead singer from a reggae pop band called Pedestrians. And I understand that they have teamed up with another band called Open Season. And these two bands have come together to put out a project called Sugar. That's an interesting development.
Yeah.
Mike will share some details on it with us at this time. Good day, Mike. How you doing?
Greetings, Mike.
Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing great, thanks.
All right. Where do we find you this morning? Are you in, is it Switzerland?
We're based in Switzerland, actually, but this morning I woke up in Frankfurt, which is in Germany, but not too far from Switzerland.
Okay. All right. Are you there? Are you on tour there for performances, for recordings? What's happening?
I usually, I actually live and work here. I travel to Switzerland whenever we have a tour, but usually right now we are on tour every weekend. So I kind of travel back and forth. And yeah, it's great to get like back into summer, to get back on track with touring, which wasn't possible for way too long.
Yes. All right. So give us a little bit of background information on the band, the Pedestrians. How did you all come together? What kind of music do you do? Tell us some more about the band.
So, we actually all met at school when we were like 17, 18. So it's been a project that's been going on for like 10 years. And we were kind of just like influenced by all kinds of different sounds. But my friends who teamed up with me, they were like really into reggae and kind of all different kinds of new interpretations of reggae sounds. And I myself actually listen to a lot more like acoustic kind of singer-songwriter stuff, and it just became this project where we just merged different styles, but all on kind of a laid back rhythm and style. So it's been going on for 10 years, and we met these lovely guys at Open Season a few years back, but only just recently came up with the idea of actually doing something together, having a collaboration starting.
Nice. Well, speaking of Open Season, we have the lead singer Santosh. He's here.
Hello.
Greetings, Santosh. What's up, man?
Hey, Santosh.
Hello, everybody. Good morning to you guys.
Good
morning to you too, and welcome.
No, so
yeah, I made it.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks. So we just spoke with Mike, just reasoning with him about his start with reggae music and why reggae music. I have to ask you the same question, bro. Like, why reggae music?
Yeah, good question, actually, for this cold country called Switzerland. But actually, it started like 20 years ago already. But it didn't start with reggae. It started with the roots. It started with ska music. Ska at that time in Europe was big. Like all the youth, like everyone would go to ska shows, including me, including my friends, including the band, actually. So we went to these ska shows, and at one point, me and Reyes, the guitar player, we wanted to form a band. And we were thinking, what kind of music? Because, I mean, we've been together since kindergarten, like Reyes and I. So, but at one point it was like, okay, let's have a band. But what kind of band? Where can we find each other musically? And it basically ended up with ska, because it was all around that time. So that's how I came into this reggae world. It came from an original point of view, kind of. So it started all with ska, and then it evolved. We did music together, we wrote songs, and since we are 9 people in the band, there was a lot of influence musically, and this is how we came up with this sound that we still call reggae, but it's basically the Open Season sound, influenced by punk, influenced by reggae, influenced by whatever it is, whatever pleases us. So this is, after 20 years, we would call it ska reggae still.
Respect.
Is it widely accepted in Switzerland? I mean, how popular are you? Do you make it to the charts? Do you perform in front of 50,000 crowds based on your popularity? How well is it going?
It's going very well, actually. It's not that we would be playing stadiums with this kind of music. Actually, though, we have played a stadium in 2018, but it was because we did the official song for the local local football club who won the championship after 35 years. And then like 40,000 people would come. And we did this song called Stand Together, Tous Ensemble, with the main guy of this team. And we performed it in front of 40,000 people, which was special to see 40,000 people dance in the ska. But yeah, normally you won't see ska music playing stadium shows, but we're doing fine. We're having kind of airplay, enough airplay. We have good shows. I'd say like a 500 capacity places, and then we play like the Pedestrians too. We play good and nice and beautiful and big festivals because it's dance music. So
respect.
Everyone likes that.
Mike, do you play a lot of ska as well as reggae?
Not as much as we used to, but definitely there's always 1 or 2 or 3 songs in the set. We like to include in the set, definitely. But that's also like one of the aspects we always focused on, because I think we, especially with ska, like Santosh said, it's kind of the stage vibe, and to like get people dancing, like that dancey kind of atmosphere, to get people together, you know, especially with festivals. So like one has to say, like Switzerland and Germany have got quite a good festival scene. So like you might not be playing like the biggest venues in club shows, but when it comes to festivals, people are super accepting usually of like different kinds of sounds. So if you get out there and if you have your ska tunes with you on stage, they usually love it, and people who might not be even listening to reggae or ska at home, they kind of enjoy
the beat.
And yeah, definitely. So it's fun to travel around with like various kinds of tracks.
So there came a time when the Pedestrians and Open Season decided now that they're going to work together on a project. Is it a track or an album? What is going on, and how did it all start?
I mean, I just recently heard Santosh say like this, tell this nice story of how we first met, and I think, correct me, but I think it was like, must have been like 6 or 7 years ago when we like played after each other at some gig. So we kind of knew each other. We listened to each other's music in like on tour and wherever and privately. But I think it was through the pandemic or just before the pandemic, we saw each other again, and we were like, well, let's get something started. Let's just meet up and jam, and without like any certain project in mind. And then within the pandemic, it was like full on. Just after the first lockdown, I think we just met up, and it was kind of, we were all really hungry for new music and something happening, you know. It was so good to like meet up and let some other people into your space and to be creative again within that like really dry period musically. I don't know how it was for you, but I think it was like really, you could call it a COVID project.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely became that. As you said, we met many years ago at the show already, and there were these young, brave men playing music that is very slow, and we were like, wow, normally young bands would play like, you know, fast music because it's easier to get the audience dancing and stuff, but they were kind of brave and good. So it kind of stuck in her head, like this band is good. Then years later, we met at a festival, as you just described, after lockdown, the first summer. And we met there, we had a few beers together, and then it was this spontaneous idea, let's just meet in a studio, let's do music together. Whatever comes out, it can be released, it cannot be released, it's all good, as long as we can do music together. And that's what we did. And pretty soon, actually, this song came up. We were just jamming, and at one point we had like 3 or 4 versions or songs, and we discussed it, and we said, well, this one has kind of a potential, let's stick to that one. And then we elaborated that one and worked on that one. That eventually became the song Sugar.
Much respect. And before we get to Sugar, I just want you guys to understand, both you, Santosh and Mike, that it's an honor, and I must say congrats to you guys. Coming from Jamaica, I want you guys to understand that it's appreciated that our culture reached you guys, and you guys are carrying it over there, and enough respect goes out to you. No matter what you said, what you guys are doing is appreciated. You understand me? So enough respect.
It's definitely the other way around.
Wow.
We appreciate that we can play and your music that is the foundation of so many music styles that people here are not even aware of, right? So when it comes to ska, who would think that hip hop eventually came out of ska music? No one would think about it, but it's just the reality. And all the DJing, it all comes from there. So much respect back here.
Enough respect, sir. You guys have any plans of coming to Jamaica? Have you been to Jamaica to experience the culture before?
Unfortunately, never.
Me neither. Unfortunately, I would love to visit, and I just wanted to support what Santosh just said. Like, it's an honor on my side as well, just to be invited and to be talking to you today, because it's just nice, and so I'm grateful for having a connection that just goes across the Atlantic and just talking to you, because it's like 4 p.m. here, and it's a nice hello. I appreciate it that you invited us.
How much do you guys pay attention to the music coming out of Jamaica currently, and do you have some specific artists who have been major influences to you on your musical journey?
It's funny when it comes to that. 2 artists that couldn't be further away come into my mind. One is Coffee. Admire her. She's just amazing, and she brings that poppy reggae vibe that we all love, and don't even notice that it's reggae. So it's really amazing what she does, and she's very, very well known here as well. And the second one still is the Scatolites. It's still that, and they're still touring, even though it's just probably Doreen Schaefer. From the not even original, but almost original. So yeah, we definitely get it here. But whatever you have, and we're very thankful for new inputs musically. Bring it over, play it, let us know. We're hungry.
Yeah. And for you, Mike?
I would follow up with Coffee, definitely. Her influence has been huge on what we do, especially like personality wise as well. It's been just going up and down in our tour bus. So it's kind of like I would definitely go with Coffee for like as the biggest revelation within the past 5 to 10 years for us.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? You might get a collaboration one of these days. Woo! Would that be good?
Yeah.
Like that, definitely.
Yeah. Send me the email.
All right. Well, we're going to get a chance to play Sugar for our listeners to hear for the first time here. And I want to commend you on the work that you've done, and for, all that you do in that in Switzerland and in Europe, all over those places. Congratulations, and we hope to talk again sometime. But until then, you take care, and we're going to play your song Sugar right now. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for the support. And
this is Sugar.
Blessings, man.